Hello, 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 everyone. I am MK,
And I am Coach Sammy Love.
and we want to welcome you guys to Level Up Podcast.
Yeah! Season 2.
We're so excited to be back, guys. We miss you
Yes.
all. So you guys already know, please like and share and tag three people, at least three people, y'all. Tag
Yes.
them in the comments. Let them know, you guys, we are on. I'm actually gonna start doing that as well, y'all. We don't want to be telling y'all to do that, and we ain't doing the same thing.
Yes.
So go ahead and tag three people in the comments, and as well as share. We are so excited, you guys, to be back on with you. We have some amazing topics on tonight. Topic on tonight, and then going forward, some more amazing topics, you guys. So we're excited. Go ahead. I see some people hopping on. As we always tell you guys, if you can, state your name in the comments, please, so that way we can acknowledge you. We love to acknowledge everybody that joins us. We thank you guys so much, even for the last season. The last season was amazing. We did phenomenal with the help of you guys. So we definitely appreciate you guys for all the support that you guys have been doing. So once again, continue to share, you guys. Tag some people in it. And we're going to get started in just a few. You got anything you got to say, Coach?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back.
She's excited to be back, y'all. So I hope y'all ready to clutch y'all pearls because we're
Yes.
coming back, y'all, with some amazing stuff. And as you guys can see, the topic for tonight is so juicy. I think it's juicy, right? Dating as a single parent. Dating
Yes.
as a single parent. So this is why we're telling y'all to share, tag some people in, because
Yes.
it may not be you that is a single parent. It may be your friend, your best friend, your cousin, uncle, maybe your dad, your mom, whoever it may be. They are looking to date. They are a single parent, and we're gonna dive into it. I'm not gonna give everything right now, but this is gonna be a topic that's needed. Who was it that gave us this topic? Was somebody that gave us this topic?
Reese.
Reese,
Reese.
we gotta shout you out, Reese.
Where's she
I know
at?
she's gonna be
She
out
ain't out
here.
here.
Let's see, where's she at?
Let
No,
me
I
tell
think
you.
I don't know. They didn't say anything yet. Y'all don't be on here not even saying nothing, y'all. We know y'all be watching.
I
So
was trying to
please
find
go
her.
ahead and let us know who is on with us, you guys, so that way we can shout you out. But it was Reese, one of our amazing followers, and she's also a part of the tribe. She actually had
Yes.
gave us this topic, and so we decided to go with it because, like I said, I think it's needed, y'all. I really do. Just general as dating, but then also as a single parent, a lot of things that you may question, a lot of things you may wonder. There may be things that you may not even know what to say or what to do in this situation. So we want to help people out. Once again, y'all, we always give this disclaimer is that
Give it
this
to
is
him, please.
based, right? You want me to give it to him, coach?
Yes, please
The
do.
disclaimer is, y'all, is we give you guys stuff based off of our experiences, and we also give it based off of our opinion, right? So at the end of the day, it's either you can go with what we say or you don't go with what we say. And we ain't gonna be mad at you. But
Mm-mm.
at the end of the day, all we want you to do is level up, right? That's all we want
Yes.
you to do. So continue to share, continue to tag some people in, and we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. So,
Yes.
coach, we know the topic is dating as a single parent. Like,
Yes.
what do
Yes.
you think about that?
Why we always gotta start with me?
Y'all, she already cutting up. Why she always got to y'all see? She already trying to cut up. I
I,
don't know. I was just trying to
I
get
don't know. I just think that I think tonight, I don't know. I just think like when you think of dating as a single parent, you're thinking about the do's and the don'ts.
yes.
I think that's
Good.
what you think about the do's and the don'ts because it's not just you. So
Mm,
when you're making decisions, um you have to include what's attached to you.
break that down,
And
coach.
because what I'm saying is whatever decision you make is going to affect those that are attached to you.
Oh,
So
that's
your
good.
children, I'm talking about like if you have, young children, it's going to affect them, the person you
Mhm.
date, the person, you marry, whatever this case may be, it's going to affect them. So your decision not only is just about you, but it's about who's attached to you. So it's like you have to really factor in those things when you are dating. You know what I'm saying? And even if your mind, you thinking, oh, well, I'm just dating this person, but would this person be, would I want my son to be like this person? I want
That's
my daughter
good.
to date someone like this. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, those people that you're dating, eventually, if you allow them to meet your kids, and we're gonna get to that, they are going to some kids will mimic what they see, especially if the kids don't have a parent, the other parent in their lives. They will begin to mimic, and I've been through that. They will begin to mimic what they see you dating. So it's like just really factor in the do's and the don'ts, and really thinking about your children and what this person can, I think, what can they bring to this family unit?
That's good.
Yeah, what can they bring? Are they gonna harm us, or are they gonna take care of us as far as like nurture
Mm,
us, provide for us, do the things that we need? Not that we need this person, I don't want to say it that way, but as far as, are they gonna be an asset to my life? Are they gonna be a deficit to my life? Are they gonna add to what we have already, or they're gonna take away from my kids and take away with what we have? So
mm,
it's like just about do's and don'ts, and really yeah, really like sitting down and just kind of like, what are you willing to allow your kids to
mm.
see, and when is
Yeah.
too soon, too soon?
Oh, wait a minute now.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
every week you bringing a new dude to the house. You know what I'm saying? Your kids is like, is that uncle? We used to have those things back in the days. I never did that, but people be like, that's my uncle. They be like, that is not your uncle. Like every other week, yo, you got an uncle, a new uncle.
The
That's your
family may
uncle.
be big, we got a whole bloodline, whole
But
legacy.
it's like your kids or stuff, meeting all these different people and different things. So I just think that you start with the do's and the don'ts. So I think that's what we should start tonight with, like, what is a do and what is a don't? And I would
Mm,
say my don't is don't bring the person around your kids too soon. And you
mm,
may say, well, what's too soon? I believe too soon is when you still trying to figure out the person and don't even know if he is compatible for you or your children.
that's good.
Because sometimes you can bring them around too soon, and what ends up happening is your kids can get used to them, but then you don't want to deal with them no more. So
Ooh.
let me tell you. So what happens is you break up with him, and not only do you break up with him, but your kids break up with him.
Oh.
Especially a kid who don't have their real parents in their life.
Oh my
So this can go
goodness.
either way. This can go for a single man out there dating, or a single woman out there dating, and you bring the woman in to, this look, your daughter or your son, they don't really have their real mother in their lives, and you bring this woman
Mm,
in, and they build their own bond with her, but then you decide that she's not even capable for your family, and she's not really what you want, but you brought her in so soon and got your kids used to her. Now, when you break up with her, your kids break up with her too. And I
wow.
think that's something we don't really think about.
Blessings, Prophetess Denise. Blessings. Listen, Coach, you just dropped some good stuff right there, because honestly, I really believe that's something that we got to factor in. As even as you were talking about it, you were saying it, when we're dating, we're not just, well, we shouldn't just be thinking about ourselves, right? We shouldn't just be at that place where we're thinking about our wants and the
Yes.
things that we want, because we have children, whether you have multiple kids, whatever the case may be, it's still the same. Like, we have to think about how things will make them feel,
Yeah.
like you said, because there's times where kids will look up to that person, because you said it, they may not have their father in their life, they may not have their mother in their life, and so now you're bringing this individual into your space, you're bringing this individual into your home, where you, like you said, your children is now going to see them. And so what we got to be careful with, like you saying, is the do's and the don'ts, is because if we're constantly bringing, say for myself, like if I'm constantly bringing another man around my son constantly and constantly, right? Like you saying, it's a different uncle every other week. What
Yeah.
it could do is bring confusion to him, right? It could bring confusion. And then now when he gets older, he's going to think that that's okay. And
Yeah.
so that's
That's
where it
good.
becomes patterns, where
That's
we
good.
begin to show our children dysfunctional patterns,
Yeah.
because now we're showing them, hey, this is how I'm living. This is
Yeah.
how it should be. When in reality, that's not correct.
That's
Like
good.
you said, there's things where we as parents, we are protectors, right? We protect our family, especially if you're a single parent. You protect your child by all means, right? And so what I see with most people is that they come to this place of being so selfish. And what I mean by that is because they're worried about themselves, but they're not worried about their child. Their child is always, running from this individual, because say this person he probably may have a temper, right? But you don't see that side. Your child saw this side because say you went to the bathroom and this person and mess around and hit your child. They smack the child up because they don't like children. See, this is the reason why when you're dating, these are the questions you have to ask, and ask them, hey, do you want children? It may not be right now, but I need to know if you want children. Do you love children? Because guess what? I got about 20 of them, right? So if you say you got about 20 of them, I need to know, in all seriousness, I need to know how you going to handle my child. Because guess what? Think about it. Can you imagine how devastating that would be? That you dating this guy and y'all done went on multiple dates, and all of a sudden you now bring him to your house because you want him to meet your child, and he tell you he don't like kids.
Yeah.
That's devastating.
Yeah,
that's devastating. That's like horrible, because now you connected with this man. You went on multiple dates. You feeling him. You know what I mean? Like all of these things that's transpiring, and now all of a sudden he don't even want kids. So those are things like we got to pay attention to. But that's also things like you said that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
And you said something is not too soon, like bringing them around your kid not too soon. Like what would you say? Would it be a time frame, or would it be based off of? Because remember, like, we look at certain things sometimes like, okay, maybe 3 months, but you can learn a lot within 3 months of somebody. Like some people be like, oh, I didn't learn that much because you wasn't going on dates as often, or you may not been talking to them as often. So what would you consider like, okay, what may be too soon?
I think the dating stage. Remember we talking about dating and courting? And I think when it goes from dating to courting, then I think then you can have them meet your kids, because it's now more serious.
That's good.
It's not just, oh, we just going on dates. I don't even know if I like them really. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you know it's like getting serious, and like, man, we didn't move from dating to courting, like it's getting serious, then I think then that's when you can involve the kids.
Yeah, that's good.
But like you said, all the questions, and it goes even deeper than just you liking kids. I think it also go to like, are you, how do you feel? Even see, because I how do you feel about being a bonus mom? How do you feel like being a bonus dad? Because that's what people call them nowadays. But how do you feel about that? Because a person can like kids, but they don't want to be a bonus mom.
That's true.
They don't want to be a bonus dad. You feel me?
So
there are some dudes that only want, they don't want, they really want to have their own kids. Some guys make like you, but they don't want to raise another man's kid.
Yeah, that's crazy, but that's true.
And there have been women that are in relationships where they're with a man and he loves them, and they just so happen to have kids. I've known that, even a person to get married and he married them and they just so happen to have kids. So he wasn't really a nurturer to the kids. The kids was just there. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's like, even that's why I said it's even deeper than, do you like kids? How do you feel about being a bonus parent? How do you feel about, those different things? Because if I know I'm dating for a reason, I'm courting for a reason, then that means that eventually that person, if we get married, he's going to become a part, we're going to be a family.
Yeah.
So I need to know what's his true, what is your intentions, and how do you feel about an already made family? Because some women don't even like it. Hey, Pastor J.
Hey, Pastor J.
Some women don't even like it.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, those are conversations. Because so now we're gonna talk about that, because when you think about it too, dating as a single parent, like you said, what if they even have children? So now it's almost, what would they call it, like blended family or something like that, where it's like now it's not just you and you having kids, but now it's the other person and they have kids. Like that right there. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in.
And it take work.
It take work.
It
Why?
takes work. That's
Because
why a
y'all
lot
got
of marriages don't last.
yeah, because you have two different households and people are raising their children two different ways. So just imagine if you're trying to, you have your child or whatever, you teach your child, yada yada yada, and then you have this next person and they have a kid, but say they baby mama, y'all, we ain't gonna act like this don't happen, but they got a baby mama who got issues with whoever the person is dating.
Yeah.
So when you go with him to pick up the kid, because y'all been dating for a while, let's say y'all been dating for some months, 6 months or something, right? And so then look, coach, you feel me? Because we've been here, we've been at this part where you go to pick up the kid with him, and she coming outside talking about why you here, why, and it creates this whole mess.
And I'm gonna tell you, I can't.
But see, this is why these are the questions you got to ask. These are things you have to consider as dating as a single parent, and not only as you're dating, but now you're dating somebody else too who has kids. Like that's a lot to take in. And like you had said earlier, it requires some patience. It requires patience. And because we save, okay, we save. So we supposed to have a whole different demeanor. We're supposed to have a whole different response. But sometimes they're gonna push you there. So those are things that where I honestly believe a lot of people don't have those conversations. A lot of people may not even know, like you may not even know, like, well, how do I date as a single parent? Like this is all new to you. Like, this is your first child. You don't really know what to do. Like you're saying, the do's, the don'ts, you don't know. And so these are things that I wish I would have learned earlier, like for me, that there's certain things that I kind of knew, but then there was things I didn't know. Like for instance, Hey Yana, hey girl, where my tacos at? Where my tacos? These are things that I didn't know in the beginning. Like for one, I was like how you were saying, I don't want to bring a dude around my kid every time. Like to me, I was like, no, like that's not what I'm doing, because I've saw it with other people and I've experienced certain things, not saying with my mom or anything, but other things with other people. And I'm just like, okay, who is he again? Which one is this one? What number is this one? Like it really gets confusing because like you said, especially if you build some type of friendship, a relationship with that person, now they became a part of your life, became a part of your norm. And so at that point, I'm like, I don't want everybody meeting my son. It's just, no, we ain't doing that. And I remember dating, Coach, a guy. And I told him, like, I did have a child, because obviously at that time, my son, he was probably like 3-4 months. So, of course, you're going to hear a baby in the background. I wasn't like, shh, be quiet. I'm on the phone. You couldn't do that, right? He like 3-4 months. So I let him know, like, hey, I have a kid. I told him the situation, yada, yada, yada. So I gave him free will. Coach, like it's we a full package. Most people that's what it's called. It's a full package, okay? Full package, okay? VIP status, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, okay? But letting him know that and gave him the option to whether he wanted to continue to talk, whether he not. And so when he did continue to want to talk, it came a point where here it is, because we dating as a single parent. Here it is, Coach, is where now I started bumping into babysitting issues. Because I'm going on dates with this guy. I don't want him to meet my son just yet. And now all of a sudden, I ain't got nobody to work for me. Like, what do you do in that situation where you like, man, we've been going on a couple days. We've been dating for some months now. Like, what we gonna do now? Got babysitting issues? Like, am I supposed to bring my baby along? Like, how is this gonna work?
Well, I mean, if it was a baby, the baby don't remember nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That was me. I was like, no. I felt like my son was gonna remember it all. Like, I was like, no. But it came to that point. Honestly, I actually was with this guy for 9 years. But it came to that point where I was like, he gonna have to like meet my son. Like I'm really feeling him. He feeling me. Like we just let's just see. Like you said, he young. He ain't gonna remember nothing. Like looking at the dude like, who you? Like he ain't gonna remember it. So even to that point. But the thing was, the reason why I brought that up is because he asked, like, well, when am I gonna meet your son? And I'm like, bro, I don't know. Like, what you mean when you gonna meet him? I'll let you know. But it came to that point because some people, they probably also feel like you might be trying to hide something, or they may also feel like, well, maybe I'm not as important so that I can't meet your child. Like people create these things in their minds, and these are conversations, I'm telling you, that needs to be had. And also we talked about boundaries, right, Coach? But creating that space where it's like, this is a boundary. This is something I've said. So like you can either respect it
Yeah.
or not respected. Like,
Yeah.
what happened with you? Like, how did that work with you? Did you have any issues? Because that was like, it was a little, but it wasn't like major as far as him trying to see my son, like get to know him, things like that. But it wasn't like a really big issue.
Yeah.
So did you have any issues or anything like that when you
Well,
were dating King?
actually, the person I dated that I married, my son actually gave him my phone number.
What?
But my son was like 13, 13. No, they were
Nuh-uh.
15. They were 15.
What?
They were 15. And my son was like, Mama, just give me a number. My son wrote the number down and gave it to him.
What?
My son was like, this back and forth stuff getting on my nerves. Just give him your phone number.
Not the back and forth
But
stuff.
it's just like the whole
What?
thing. So that was something totally different. But as far as like when my kids was little, mind you, I wasn't saved. So I believe like people did. And I experienced that where when I wasn't saved, that I dated for somebody for almost 5 years and he was not good for me or my kids. But what happened was at a certain point when I broke it off, my son was crying and wanted to go with him. Why? Because my son didn't have his father completely in his life. So my son was starting to mimic him. And my son, so when I was trying to get rid of the dude, my son crying, having breakdowns, because now my son wanted to dress like him, wanted to be like him, and here I am trying to get rid of him. So it's like my son was starting to feel this rejection, even though that wasn't his father. So that's why I said about being too soon, and that's why I said not even just too soon, is this person even right for us?
Yeah.
And so that back then, I just learned from that, but even moving fast forward, and my sons were teenagers, and this was probably before I ended up getting married. But I remember my sons, they were acting a certain way, and I was just like, wow, now I'm saved and I'm noticing they're acting a certain way. And one day the Lord told me, he's like, your son is acting just like the men that you dated. Because you had him around your kids, your son picked up behaviors, and your son treats you a certain way, and that's how he's learned to treat women, and that's why he's treating you that way, because he's seen it done. Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. And so that's why I said about even being, whereas like, if this person a good role model for my child? You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying earlier, it's not even just about you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we're dating and we're just thinking about me and my feelings and my wants. I'm lonely, but it's like, is this even a fit for me? You know what I'm saying? Is this even a fit for my son, my children, my daughter? Like, is this person a good fit for them? That's the question. Because I'm dating someone that it's not that, it's like I'm dating someone that I will never want my sons to mimic. How does that look? How does that look? You know what I'm saying? I'm dating a man, say a man, he's dating a woman that he don't even want his daughter to pick up her characteristics.
Sheesh.
He's dating her. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just those factors. And I said, when I talked about the do's and the don'ts, I really didn't say nothing about the do's. But to me, it's do's is do your homework. Do your homework. We always talking about the rushing and different things, but that's why I said the decisions you make won't just affect you. It's going to affect those that are connected to you, which are your children. So it's not saying that you cannot date someone, but what it is do your homework.
Yeah.
Do your homework, because you do not, I grew up in that. You do not want to be with a man. Marry a man that your kids is a side note.
Ooh.
That they could care less if the kids are there or not. You marry somebody that's all for you, but not for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Or you dating them and it's all about you. Forget them kids. You know what I'm saying? You should be able, it should bring joy to you that he wants to meet your kids. Now you have to have that talk, like, I'm not ready for that, this and that. But at least if he asks, do he ever ask about your kids? Oh my God, don't get me started. He know you have kids. Do he ever ask about your kids? Is it important to him to meet your kids? Now, not saying that you have to let him, but is he asking those questions like, man, when I meet your kids, like, man, when I get to see him, I heard so much about him, like, or is it like he don't even care? Like he glad that they not apart.
Wow.
Those are different things to me. Those are signs that you pay attention to. That sometimes we can just get so caught up, we miss it. And that's why I said, by sometimes we just thinking about us. And we miss that we got children or a child or somebody else that is going along on this journey with us. It's not just about me. Hey, you leave me, do me wrong, you gone, but my child. my child that hears and sees and knows. And you'll be amazed what kids see, hear, and know and don't never say anything. You know what I'm saying? Or how kids feed off your emotions.
Mm.
You could be pretending, but kids know when you're sad.
Yeah,
They
they
be like,
do.
you could leave me alone. I ain't sad. They be like, nah, mom, you was
Mhm.
crying. No, I wasn't crying. Yes, mom, you look like you be crying.
No,
Like,
I wasn't crying.
leave me alone. You know,
Go
but
sit your waterhead self down somewhere. I wasn't crying.
kids pay attention. And so it's just about dating. It's just dating as a single parent. It's just like I said, she put in the comments, do your homework.
Yeah.
Do your homework and know what's important to you. What kind of man do you want around your daughter? What kind of man do you want around your son? What kind of woman do you want around your daughter? What kind of woman do you want around your son? Do your homework and don't rush so quick in it. Yes, I'm dating this person. I'm dating this person, but is it even time? You feel me? Is it time for them to meet my child? Is this the person I want to meet my child? And I think I said this, and I'm be quiet, but I don't know if I ever said this, and I don't even know if this fit here. But I remember somebody told me this, and they was just sharing this in a scenario. It wasn't for me, but I caught it. You know, I catch stuff, and I'll use it later for my own content. And they said that when you are dating and you're sitting across from the person, they said you need to think in your mind, if this person never changed, can I be with them for the rest of my life? Because a lot of times we get with people saying, oh, if I could change this and I could change that. But that's not always the case. So if the person sitting across from you and you thinking in your mind, just on a date, could I be, if this person never changed and they stay the same, can I be with this person for the rest of my life? That's something to think about, huh?
Well, that concludes the end of this, you guys.
Can I look at him smack his food for the rest of my life?
Nah, bro.
Just
Nah.
smacking and food flying out of his mouth and just
Nope. Gotta go. Deuces.
just dirty nails. You know, you and your dirty nails. You don't like dirty nails. Just can I, you know? And so I think a lot of times we don't think about those things. And so it's really like just thinking about the children when you're dating. Yes, it's all fun and games, but I think when it's the more serious it get, like I said, if you just going on dates, no, they don't need to meet your kids. But when you find that this thing is getting serious, you really need to look at it real seriously and say, do I want this for my child or my children? And is he capable of taking care of a family?
Oh,
or am I going to add another child to this family as far as a grown man that I'm going to be taking care of? Like, can he even, oh my goodness, can he even carry us? Not that I need you to take care of me, but it just so happened it happened. Could you?
Could you?
Carry
Could
this
you?
load? Could you? So I think that's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh, hey, Michaela. Hey, Minister Portia and Rihanna. Listen, Coach over here dropping them things. But y'all, I'm telling you, if I would have had this live and all this good stuff that we giving y'all now, like it would have honestly saved me a lot of tears. It would have saved not only that, but like you said, as your kids get older, of course, like you saying, like, you know, if they're younger, they probably ain't gonna remember none of that stuff, right? But as they get older, it's like like I said, you really just don't want to create something and make it look normal, but really is dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Or you're making it just look like this is okay to do, but in reality it's not, because you wouldn't want your daughter to have to go through that, or your son to keep having to go through the same things, like if it was vice versa. Yeah. And like you said, it's so important where it's like thinking about your children, because what you just said right now too is that if you look across this table and you see this man and it's like what if he don't ever change? Like, would you still stay? Like, not only are we talking about the children, but now also we own, even just for ourselves, like, would you be able to still stay knowing this man would never change? No, that's my answer. No, I'm not staying if he ain't changing. You ain't attempting. You're not making an effort.
That's why I said it, because we in our minds, we like, I could change this and change that. That's why I said on the date, you were looking at him in your mind. You're not telling him. But if this man was to never change, would I be with him for the rest of his life?
But that's true.
Yeah.
Because I did that too before, where I was like, man, like, okay, I really like this person, but I want him to be this way though. Yeah. Like he ain't like, honestly, this was actually when I was like trying to walk with God, right? Mm-hmm. So the reason why I said trying, because I was kind of like in, but not really in. So I was learning, okay, like, okay, we can't do this or we can't do that. Like I'm learning, right? Because I didn't grow up in church. So I was trying to like learn this thing. And one of the things he did was he was obviously of the opposite. He was just smoking all the time, drinking, things like that. But I really did like him to a certain degree. And I'm like, well, maybe I could change him, that if I keep showing who I am, maybe he'll stop drinking and maybe he'll stop smoking. And so I'm in my mind already creating this whole plan, Michaela. Like I had a whole plan, like I'm about to change this man. Like he gotta change because this is it. Like we ain't just gonna be in a relationship and then that's it. Like no, we're gonna be married. Like you create this whole plan and not realizing is that you can't change nobody.
Mm-mm.
Unless they want to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care how much you show them love. I don't care how much you try to show them this route and show them that route. If they do not want to change, if this is not something they want, they are not going to change.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want this man to match, because all the times you've been dating him, he don't know how to match for nothing. Like he'll wear some purple with green. Like he don't know
green go together.
No. I'm thinking of some neon green and some neon purple. Like some stuff just don't. No, he over there looking like Barney. No, some stuff it just don't work. So you start dating this man, y'all like just the way, because you know how sometimes we look at people and it's like how we get in these relationships, it's almost like they upgrade, right? You know what I mean? Like how you can be with somebody and it's like now they start rubbing off on you and you start rubbing off on them and like you change certain things, like, babe, why don't you wear this and wear that? Like you try to help them, right? So now they upgrade. So that's what I'm saying is when you first started off, like he over here looking like who shot John, but now that y'all together and y'all like spending the time and you trying to change them, like, well, babe, maybe if you wear this now or maybe if you wear that, but it's like he like, no, like I like what I like.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, okay, well, I kind of want you this way, because let's be real, ladies, for those that's single, we ain't talking about married, because I know we got a couple married folks on here, but I'm talking about as being single, there's a certain like man that you would want. Like you like, okay, he got to be this, he got to be this, he got to look like this, he got to do this. Like you have this whole list of what this man should be like. And that's what I mean by even trying to change them, because say they can't do half of the stuff on your list, like you saying, would you still be with them? Like what are some things that you're okay with bypassing or accepting, and then some things you're like, nah, I'm not going to accept that, because that's important.
I think for the thing is characteristics, because Pastor Jay said change what though, and I'm talking about characteristics. I'm talking about the way they deal with people.
A little bit of the style too.
The way they talk. See, that we could fix. I mean, if he
no, because like I said, what if they stuck in they mode?
What I'm saying is and
they still want to wear pro clubs all the time.
From the initial meet set on, if he looking like Barney, you ain't gonna give him the time of day. I'm talking about when he try to get your phone number, you already know you ain't finna give him the digits. Just don't play. Don't be on here acting like you gonna give him the number, and then no, he ain't even gonna get your number.
Barney may get the digits. Barney may get the digits.
I'm saying, as far as like, say we out on a date and like he being all rude to the waitress and he just acting nasty and just very like pompous and just, you know what I'm saying? Like you seeing something. I'm talking about this like your first, second date. I'm talking about then. I'm not talking about you've been dating him for a year and now you sitting there like, well, if I can't, no, I'm talking about from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was about from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, maybe after 2-3 dates or whatever like that. That's what I'm talking about. Not where you've been dating him a whole year. Now you talk. No, at the beginning. But it's just that now you're seeing a characteristics that you're just not down with. You know how you got some dudes just very like cocky, but you didn't notice it from the start, but you get on a date and you see this cockiness and you see this like arrogance and you see, you know what I'm trying to say? Like just the way he up in there, like you could tell he one of those like flossy and
and he ugly and he trying to be flossy. Like, calm down, humble yourself.
But it's just like a turn off. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm saying about sitting there. Like, if he don't change this, like, no, because he's very arrogant and very cocky and very like, no, I can't be with nobody like that. So it's like, but bringing it back to the kids, you know, we didn't went all over the place, but just things like that. It's like, no, I would want my sons to be like that. Like that person to me is not a good role model to my kids. I don't care how much money he make. He could be a millionaire, but that whole little attitude and that cockiness, that's a turn off. And it's like, but you know, so that's what I'm saying about like, is that even good for my children?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, is that even good for my children? And knowing somebody probably like that, he probably don't even like kids. But
Right.
because they're
True.
gonna be taking his money. So,
Can
so
I have
but it's
$5
just,
for the ice cream truck?
but it's
No.
just, you know, just about, you know, I would say, I don't know, when we bring it back to dating as like a single parent, it's just like really getting the whole picture.
Yeah.
Just getting the whole picture and really like knowing that when we're dating, it's just not us. And when
Yeah.
it's just you, you do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I dated him for 3 months. Oh, I don't want to be bothering him no more. You know, the whole
Hmm.
thing. But when you have kids attached to you, it's not just about you.
That's true. It really ain't.
About you. Yeah.
It really ain't. And like I say, even if you have more than one child, because you may have one child who, think about it, if you have one kid who's like, okay, I like him, then you got the next kid, I don't like him. Like, what's like, that can really cause an issue
And then you
because
got
it's
to
just
see
like,
why. Because you got some
exactly.
kids may not like them because they want you to be with their own daddy.
Oh, talk about that.
Because some
Oh,
kids, so that's why you have to do your work. That's
yeah.
why I say blended families is a work. You feel
Hmm.
me? I've been there too. So that's why I said
Jesus.
it's a work because one kid may not like him, but it may not be because of his characteristics or the person. The person could be a nice person, sweet, love children, there for your children, at your children's games, showing up for your kids more than their own parents, right? But they have
Hmm.
an issue. And sometimes it's because they want you to be with their dad. You know, I
That's
want you to
true.
be with my daddy. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? So any men that come, especially boys,
Oh,
any
yeah.
man that comes, it's like, no, I don't like him. But you ain't even gave him
Hmm.
a chance. But because you want me to be with your daddy, or he said, go be with my daddy mama.
Some kids be like that. Some kids
or,
put salt in your game. Mama,
but,
wasn't you talking to Jerome last night? No, it was Jerome. I was talking to no
yeah.
Jerome.
Yeah. So it's just like you really have to see, okay, what is that? So that's why you can't even make the decision off the kids either, because
True.
some kids got motives.
True.
They'll be little smart little kids. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
So
they
it's
too
like,
smart.
but that's
They
why
be
I'm
there
saying,
plotting too. They be
yeah,
plotting with their daddy, like daddy. They be texting daddy, mama had whoop 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 over here. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So tell her this because I want to get because you know how some they might want to be back with you. They may
yeah, yeah,
want that sweet thing, that
yeah,
whole thing
yeah,
back. So now they over here plotting on you.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
you said, just doing your homework. But I want to go back to what Pastor Jay had said, where she said, why waste your time to date them if you saw things you didn't like from the jump? So here's the thing with me, right? Some things we can see in the beginning, and it's like, is it to me? I look at things like this. I'm like, is it minor? Is it major? Like, I feel like this is minor and I can like work around this and I can be like, all right. Or do I feel like this thing is gonna be major? That's with me. So once again, I'm speaking for me,
yeah,
MK. Like if I see something in the beginning and I didn't like it, I ask myself, like, is this minor? This major? Can I work around it? Can I not work around it? Do I feel like
yeah,
this could potentially change? Because here's the thing, too. Say, like you said, for instance, we would go back to this, the smacking, just eating, you just mouth open, and you just smacking your food down like you ain't never ate, right? So my thing is, I'm gonna express that to you, like, hey there, hi, when you chew, have you ever thought about like, chewing maybe
close
with
your
mouth
mouth.
closed, that's I find that more attractive,
Uh-huh.
like just being able to communicate that. And then to me, I feel like it could be minor, but also major for me. That's why I said it just depends. So
Yeah,
next thing you know, if I voice that to you and say we go, say we go on another date and you did the same thing, and I'm just gonna be kind of like, oh, look at him over there. He eating with his mouth closed. Like, I'm throwing
yeah,
another thing out there.
yeah.
And then it's the same thing to me. I feel like now it's becoming major where it's like, okay, you know what?
I don't
I
like
just
that.
can't.
He smacked his
Because
foot.
because to me, it's not even just about the smacking, y'all. Like in all seriousness, for me, I think it's about you being considerate of me and how I feel.
Yeah,
Or if something's bothering me, you're being considerate of what I'm expressing to you.
yeah.
You're not just brushing it off. So to me, I know some people like, it's just smacking, but it's
It's
something that is
irritating.
like that bothers me. So
Yeah,
if it bothers me and I'm coming to you and I'm voicing it to you, I want to know if you're considerate. I want you to know, like, is you attempting? Are you trying?
yeah,
Like then at that point, I'm not just gonna kick you to the curb. Like I see you trying, I see you caught yourself. Maybe you had to put your hand on your mouth. You try to like you're
yeah,
trying. So I'm not gonna just like automatically just be like bye, like check
yeah,
please. Like I'm not about to do that. Like if I see you trying then I feel like we could try to work it out. So for me, I don't know about you, coach, but I think for me, it's like it gotta be minor and major, and I gotta do my homework. I gotta see what can I take, what can I not take. Am
Yeah.
I okay with it? Am I not okay with it? So I think I don't know, that's for me. Like I'm not just gonna immediately just leave. Now, if you showing some characteristics of psycho, if you showing some signs that you crazy and you a little overprotective and phone ring and you wondering who it is and you all up in this, like, bro, you don't even pay this bill and you all up over here.
Yeah.
So if you a little crazy like that, then obviously that we
Yeah.
just block, we going about our business. But
Yeah.
I think too is what we do sometimes is because we get in these relationships and certain things happen and certain things take place. We put up this guard without even knowing it.
Yeah.
So like the next person, they gotta pay for what that other person did to us.
Yeah.
So you immediately cut them off. Oh no, why he got his phone on do not disturb? Well, because girl, he with you. He
Yeah.
got his phone on do not disturb because he don't want nobody calling, interrupting,
Yeah.
because he's more considerate about your time. Like,
Yeah.
but in our mind, we're like, why he got his phone on do not disturb?
Yeah.
He got another female. Like, we create this whole scenario in our
Yeah.
mind, but not paying attention to certain things. So I think,
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's just waiting it out, seeing, but that's just me. Like, I gotta wait it out. I gotta see. Listen, Yana, I'm not gonna play with you with the white chair, okay? I'm not gonna play with you with the chair. But I don't know, coach, what you
So
think?
what would you say a minor thing would be as far as when it comes with the kids?
So, that's a good one. I don't know. Like, I think maybe the first impression. Like, I gotta see how he act. Because he could say one thing about the kids and stuff like, oh, I love kids, oh, this, I want to have kids, yada yada yada. But then, like, when he get there, they only said 2 words to each other. Like, there ain't really no conversation. So to me, I feel like that's a little minor. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, my eyebrows is kind of up at this point because I need to see, like, maybe it's just because it's the first time. Now, if it's the second time to say it, then like I said, to me, I feel like that point is gonna get major. But I think to me, I feel like that might be minor. Like, okay, let me see how you kind of act around here. Maybe y'all, like I said, y'all both first time meeting each other, so y'all both trying to figure each other out. That to me, I think will be minor. Him probably showing up late to meet my child. I think that's a little minor. But you know me, when it comes to time, you got to be on time. You late, a minute late, bro. You just might as well go ahead and reschedule. Let's go ahead and reschedule. Because that showed me that you probably ain't even gonna be able to be there for the games on time. No, I'm just playing.
Lord have mercy. But I think when you said about even the children, and it depends on the age of your child too, because teenagers being their phone, they don't even care. Oh, hey, they go on about their business. Like they not even, a smaller child, maybe a 4 or 5, 6-year-old, they inquisitive, they want to ask questions, 7, 8-year-old. But these little teenagers, they don't even care. Hey, and keep they don't even care.
Nah.
So,
like, oh, did you think he was nice? Yep. And they kept on walking. What do you think was nice about him? I don't know, mama.
I think major would be that you say you like kids, but you don't, let me see. You say you like kids, but you really don't have no interaction with them. And what I mean by that is like you not that you want to be all up in their face and all that stuff, but it's like you're only saying you like kids because you want me.
Ooh.
But you really don't, you're not trying to build a bond with my children.
Yeah, I think that's important.
You know what I'm saying? You want me, but you don't want to build a bond with my children. They, like I said, some people where it's just like they just so happen to be a part of me.
Yeah.
But you're not really like, man, I could have me a whole family. That's not your excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you see me as a woman with baggage. There you go.
Oof. Why you got to do that, coach?
You see me as a woman with baggage. Yeah. You see my kids as baggage. Yeah. And you can hear it in how somebody talks. Because some men will say it. Like they'll straight dog you out and tell you. You know, like you got all them baggage over there. I ain't even trying to, you know what I'm saying? And some women will keep dating them.
Yeah. because they care about themselves.
Yeah.
They selfish. And that's
Yeah.
why I said, like in the beginning, you can't be selfish when it comes to dating as a single parent.
Yeah.
Like, but also, like you said, sometimes you got to pay attention to, because your kids may want you, not to be with that person, and maybe want you to be with that, yada yada. But I think it's just important. Like, this stuff is really serious, y'all, because you really just don't want anybody around your children, because they make you feel good, because they make you happy, all of these things. Like, it's really, really important, because at the end of the day, like, your child is with you all the time.
Yeah.
So it's being mindful, because, like, say y'all can't go out, and like you said, you don't have a babysitter. Okay, well, can he come over? Y'all can watch movies, everybody chilling, like, we're just having a good time. Like, how, like you said, how is he interacting with your child? All those things is important. And if they don't, y'all, listen, I say this all the time when it comes to like settling and all of this. If they don't like your child, please do not try to force that relationship. Like, if they not feeling your child, if every time you turn around they both arguing, and y'all like, wait a minute, you just walked in the door and he over here mad at you, and like, pay attention to those things. I feel like those things sometimes they can't, it ain't gonna work. I just feel like sometimes, I mean, there might be a small percentage, but you don't want to put yourself through that, your family through that, where they both just constantly are bumping heads, and like, y'all never can come to an agreement. Like, there's always tension, because I've seen things like that where people are dating other people and their kid literally just don't like them for whatever reason. You try to ask them, like, they just don't like them, and it causes so much tension. Because remember, y'all, we saved, so we dating with purpose. Like, we're dating for us to get to courtship, for us to get to marriage. We're not just dating just to be dating. So if you think of it, and your child is not getting along with this person, and all of a sudden, like, you trying to move to courtship, and now y'all engaged, but they don't get along at all. Y'all, that right there, like you said it earlier, that can cause for a lot of marriages to literally just be destroyed because of the fact of them not getting along. For whatever reason it may be. So those are things that we would say, like, just paying attention to, y'all. Like, trust me, it is really hard out here dating as a single parent.
And you know what I was saying in that case? Because say you really love that person really loved you, and you have that issue going on. To me, that could be somebody you just continue to date until your child turn 18. See, once your child, I'm just saying.
Wait a minute, Coach. Play that back one time.
Because if it's that serious and you love him and he love you, then you just wait till the child get 18. Because once, let me tell you, when your
you gotta hold up. Wait a minute.
When your children is grown, you can do what you want to do. I don't care if you don't like them or not at 18.
No, Coach. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Like, hold on. Let me make sure I heard you correctly.
You ain't never heard people do that? Where they would date somebody and don't marry them until their kids get grown, till their kids get grown. You ain't never heard nobody do that?
No, wait, huh?
Yeah.
That's real.
Yes, there are people have done that. Date court until the kids get 18. And once the kids get 18, they get married.
What?
Yeah.
Is that on Lifetime, or is that in real life?
It can happen, sis. Why your child? Okay, well, I ain't talking about your child 1 year old, but I'm just saying, say your child.
That's why I had questions at this point.
No, because right now you're talking about they don't get along, so the child got to be older than one. So we talking about, most likely you're talking about a teenager. I'm just saying.
Even to be a teen, okay, so let's just say
he's 15. That ain't a long time. 16, 17, 18, that's 3 years. Girl, please.
That's 3 years of misery. That's 3 years.
Y'all not living together. So,
but I understand, sis.
It's not misery, because what it is that I still go on dates with him. My child ain't going on a date. You feel me? So I'm still dating him. I still may go to the movies. We may still go to dinner, but we don't do things as a family. I'm just saying. It can work if somebody put it. You know what I'm saying? We don't do things as a family. But when that child turns 18, boo. He 18 now, and I ain't saying he gotta go, but what I'm saying is,
I see.
Joe is moving in. Joe is moving in.
Joe moving in. Joe, hey Joe.
There go Joe. Hey Joe.
Joe made Joe bedroom the man cave.
But I'm just saying, if some Some people wait for something, and because that's what I say. Your child could be 15 years old, and you're dating someone, and you just have one of them childs that's like that. Now, some kids, especially boys, oh girl, they a whole nother story because I didn't been through it. Some boys is a whole nother, especially you, they mama, they don't want you with nobody. You got some boys like that. It could be the nicest guy, sweetest guy, and your boys, they don't want you with nobody. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because boys can be overprotective, they mama. And so it could be, but what I'm saying is it's not misery because I can still date him. We don't live together. He don't live with me. We're dating. We're going on dates. We're still courting. And if that's what it takes, and we know we really want to be together, then why not?
What?
Why not? If we really want to be together.
That's crazy.
He might be a diamond. And I'm just saying, it's hard to find diamonds in this world.
Now, see, I'm gonna agree with you on that. It's hard to find them diamonds, baby.
So I'm just saying,
there ain't nothing but cubic zirconies around here down.
So if you get one,
but okay, y'all, see that me and her, y'all know we ain't gonna always agree. Like, I'm really tripping out how you said like y'all just gonna date until that kid like 18, they move out, whatever the case may be.
They gotta move out, but 18, I'm not. Yeah, you can have all your opinions, but you don't.
But what's the point even after 18 and the kid still ain't moved out?
Well, because I think at 18, they're your child. You still love them. They ain't got to go, but you're not responsible for them as they're a young adult. They're not like 14, 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? At 18, you're pretty much, you could vote. You can, you pretty much.
But I think that's okay. Okay.
You could leave. Because at that point, what I was doing was I didn't want to bring no one in here. I didn't want to marry no one. Why? Because I wanted my child. I was catering to my child. I didn't want the chaos. Look, she said they should be going to college. I didn't want the drama. So I was catering to my child. And you may say, well, when he got 18, what changed? But got 18 is that at this point, you're a child, but you're more responsible for yourself at this point. I love you. You know what I'm saying? But there's a different thing because by law, you can go vote. By law, you can go, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not legally responsible for you at 18. So I just look at it as totally different because I was respecting your wishes. I was respecting this along the way. But when you turn 18, it's not that no more. I'm going to be with Joe and Joe going to move in.
Who is Joe? You got something to tell me because you keep saying Joe.
Me and Joe gonna
get off this
and get married.
Okay, because I didn't know who Joe is.
Me and Joe finna get married, and that's
but
it.
See, that's crazy. Because
I know it seems crazy.
I'm trying to process this. Who does that? Like, who gonna be like, I'm gonna date you, and then you gonna turn 18, son or daughter, and I'm still gonna date them, even though y'all got issues, y'all got beef. Like, how you still gonna want to be with this man? Like, this is what I'm trying to process because
you didn't say he got beef because the man did something to him. You just said the child does, and
but they just got like, to me, like, I think about, when tension is thick in the room, tension is thick in the room. But what if they just don't like each other?
The youngster can move out. The youngster can go.
But here's the thing. Okay, I get it.
His real daddy.
I get it. Okay, he young. Okay, he 18. Whatever the case may be. This is me.
She 18.
Yeah, she 18. This is me thinking. Even though they 18, your child is still a part of your life.
Yes.
So if you still decide to now court with this individual, and your kid don't like them, and y'all get married, I just feel like it's gonna always be some mess. Here comes Joe walking up in here. Here goes, like, I feel like it's just gonna create so much drama that, to me, I feel like it could be avoided. Like, it's just drama.
But what I'm saying is a grown child does not dictate my life.
No, I get that.
That's like if your 23-year-old daughter, you start dating somebody and your 23-year-old child don't like the person, you gonna stop dating them?
I mean, what I'm saying is I'm trying to process this because I just feel like it's gonna keep being like, to me, I don't like drama. I don't like extras. I don't like none of that, although I'm extra. I don't like all that other stuff. Like, I feel like if it's always gonna be something, if it's always gonna be like every time you turn around, it's something. Like, to me, I don't like that. I like to eliminate drama. I like to eliminate all that stuff. So I think for me, like, as you're saying this, I'm trying to like even imagine myself like being with someone who, although my son, okay, he probably got 3, 4, or 5 years or whatever before he turns 18, still being with this individual, yet they don't like each other. But even trying to come together, say a family night, a movie night, dinner, whatever, they don't like you. Already know. Yes, they speaking to each other. It's not like they not, right. They ain't speaking to each other. They saying hello, whatever. But you can feel the tension. You can feel the awkwardness. Like, you mean to tell me you're gonna have to deal with that?
No, I think there should be conversation had with both people, and they should be.
But what if they still can't come to their agreement?
Well, something wrong with all y'all. Y'all something wrong with all y'all.
Like, that's what I was trying to understand. Because you said some people do that.
There's something wrong with all y'all. Because here I am, I'm talking to you as my son or my daughter. Because is this the only person they have it with, or is it with everybody you ever dated?
But what if it's just that one person?
Okay, so it's like we need to have a conversation. You don't have to like him, and he don't have to like you, but it's gonna be some respect here. You talking about adults? You didn't say a kid. We talking about adults.
Even if it's an adult kid, whatever. I still think that there should
still have some respect.
And somebody, you should like somebody. Somebody like somebody.
It should be respect.
Because definitely.
Okay, what about when your son have a girlfriend and you don't like? Do you think he gonna stop dating her?
Yeah, because I'm gonna knock upside her head.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't. I already know. No, he not.
Yes, he is. No, I'm like, son.
Your feelings.
I got legitimate reasons.
Your
why she ain't all that in a bag of chips. I got legitimate reasons.
You gonna be walking around with your feelings hurt.
But that's why I said legitimate reasons. And what if she disrespectful?
Let me tell. What if?
And then she disrespectful.
Not if she got his mind gone.
He gonna bring that mind right back up. He gonna bring it right back, homie. Because if she disrespectful, you gonna have a girlfriend with a couple black eyes. I ain't playing that.
What?
Hey, I'm Peter.
Oh Lord.
I'm Peter. What? You just gonna let her just be disrespectful? You just gonna let her just do whatever? Nah, we ain't doing that. You gonna get some respect.
So you one of them mamas?
Yep.
The ones
you ain't coming up in here being disrespectful.
The ones on Facebook.
That's one thing I'm not gonna tolerate. I ain't gonna tolerate disrespect, because if I'm with somebody, I wouldn't want that person to disrespect my child. Exactly. So at the end of the day, respect gonna have to be respect. Like, if you feel like every time you turn around, you gotta keep disrespecting this person, this, that, and third, like, what's the issue? What's the problem?
Yes.
Like, because I'm confrontational. I need to know what the problem is.
So that's why I said you have a talk with both of them.
See, that's crazy. That's wild. That's why. Did she just do this to me, y'all? I don't know. That to me, I think that's wild. Like, just don't be with them. Like, it's just not. I think God will not create a relationship where it has to be all of that. I feel like it. I mean, granted, ain't no relationship.
The enemy would bring obstacles in any relationship. Especially
you didn't let me finish, Coach.
Okay, say it.
You didn't let me finish. Okay. I don't feel like a relationship will be perfect. I do believe you're going to have challenges. I do believe you're going to have obstacles. You're going to face things, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I believe it's going to work itself out. If it never works itself out, I need to ask myself if this is the person God wants me with. Mm-hmm. Because I believe what God brings together, there's not going to be confusion. What God brings together, there will never be a moment where we're constantly arguing, but we don't resolve.
Arguing, you and the person,
the person, the child, the teenager, all of it. Because when we talk about dating as a single parent, so that's all of it in general. But I just feel like no, because what you're saying, like, it's gonna happen, and then he gonna be 18 or she gonna be 18, and I'm poor and I'm a married and all things like that. But I think, to me personally, I don't feel like God is gonna bring that person in our life and it's gonna be that. Like I said, that's not saying y'all not gonna have arguments.
What I'm saying,
that's not saying y'all
have disagreement. Just thinking you got this rebellious child. Oh, baby, because it don't matter if we in church. Just thinking you got this rebellious child. He's 17 and he's smelling himself. Let's bring it in. You know what I'm saying? And you got this rebellious child that you dating a man of God, like a true man of God. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And you got this rebellious child that's bucking up.
Yeah.
Because you got some kids like that. Like they straight just, and it's like they bucking up, and it's like you're trying to keep the peace. So it's like, okay, I keep y'all separate. It's not that the person you're dating is a bad person. But you have this rebellious child that's smelling himself, doing whatever he's doing, or she, you know what I'm trying to say, right? And and you meet this nice man of God or whatever like that, and then you have this child that keeps trying to do what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to keep the peace. So you're like, okay, Joe, don't, Joe, we'll meet at the, I'll go to the movies, we'll eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping them separate because you're trying to keep the peace.
Yeah.
But you have this child where you're like, no, this child is rebellious. Like this, we ain't talking about just the average. Just
okay, I understand child. That okay, I can understand. But if we were just talking about in general, like your kid just don't like them and they just always beefing issues, yada yada yada.
Always beefing. Like,
but that's what I said. Like, sometimes you may not even be able to get to the bottom of it. But what I was just saying in general is I was right. That's what I'm talking about, Yana. Who is Joe? Me and her gonna have to have this conversation because I'm trying to understand who Joe is.
That's my baby daddy name.
Pastor Jay said, can his name be Rome instead of Joe?
No, that's my baby daddy name. No,
hey,
that's
Joe.
That's my baby daddy name. No.
Hey, Joe, we calling you, Joe. Come on up. Who is you? You've been dating Coach Sammy? I'm just saying that when God has somebody for you, I don't feel like it would be all of that. Like I said, it ain't gonna be perfect. It ain't gonna be a walk in the park. But I just feel like, to me, I think everything is gonna work itself out.
Yeah,
is what I was saying. I don't feel like it'll be this and son or daughter, when you turn 18, this is what it is. Like, I honestly feel like God, he's not gonna put, this is just me. Once again, I don't feel like God is gonna put somebody with you and it's like it never works out. Or, there's always issues, there's always this, there's always that, even when it comes to your children, because once again, you're blending your family. So this person at the end of the day, they gonna have to like a child. They gonna have to, not saying you gotta be buddy with my child all the time. I'm not saying that you even have to put on that role as being that dad. I do want you to be some type of role model. I do want you to, make sure that, you're not out here just wilding out, or even when we go out, you acting crazy, things like that, because that person looks up to you. They're seeing you, right? Like you said, they're going to mimic. But I just feel like God will put somebody in your life where it is going to work out and things are going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's going to come around. It's going to work out.
Yeah.
There was something. You got something, Coach? I was going to say something.
No, I believe that, because I had an image when you was talking, because I was just thinking about how when I got married, my son all of a sudden had this walking around his chest out and a wife beater on. He was the man of the house, but that was his whole little rebellious spirit that he was walking in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I guess trying to intimidate my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole little like
these kids. What do these kids be thinking they is? Mama gotta have a life too. Look, okay, I know we gotta get off, y'all, because we approaching it. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about what Pastor Jay was saying, because I think we missed that one, where she stated, and she said that some 18-year-olds still won't understand the concept of adult. I feel like that would create some trauma, like my mom done abandoned me now that I'm 18. Because remember how we were talking about as far as okay, he 18 now, like, or she 18, bye, like, whatever, like, this is the person I'm gonna be with. Where I'm assuming that's what Pastor Jay is saying, like, that would create like a or even open up a door for your child to feel like, hey, my mom abandoned me because of this guy, and now I'm feeling like, maybe she don't love me, or maybe she chose his side over mine, and it'll create this whole thing. So did you have something to say about that, Coach?
No, because I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that, because that's like me, if my son is 18 and I just start dating and I meet someone I really like and my son has a problem with that. I mean, at that point at 18, I'm not saying you have to go, but what it is that by law, you are considered an adult. Now, I ain't say I'm putting you out and all this, but I believe at that point, I don't owe you an explanation.
I see what you mean.
I don't feel like I feel like under 18, you're still my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? It's still like, to me, not to say you 18, you ain't my baby no more. You're not my child, but I think it's a different type of communication at 18. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, oh, get out, you got to take your stuff and go. But I think at 18, I don't owe you, even at a teenager, I don't owe you explanation. But because you are a teenager and you are still my responsibility by law, you are still my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Because DCF will come to the house. At 18, they don't come no more. But you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's
now that makes sense.
But what it is because even at 18, you got to go get a California ID. It's by law you're supposed to have one because they consider you an adult at 18, even though you still acting like a child. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's not that I'm putting you out, but what I'm saying is now that you're 18, I may maneuver another way. It's not that I don't love you, but it was certain things I didn't do because you were under 18 and you were still my responsibility.
Now that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now that you're 18, it's like, okay, mama do this and mama do that. But mama, why are you doing that? Because you are up age now.
Yeah.
You're up age and I could go on a 7-day trip. You 18. Like I ain't gotta.
Who would Joe?
Be quiet. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to explain it. So it's not that like I'm like, because I've never been like that, like, oh, get out, you can't live here. I'm not like that. But I'm just saying I feel like at 18 is like certain things I probably did not do. Because my responsibility for you, but at 18, I still love you. But honestly, if you go and you rob a store, you go to jail. I'm not responsible for you at 18. At 18, you're gonna have to pay for your consequences, not me. Even though I still love you. So it's like, to me, I think you maneuver a little different when they become of age. Remember, I lived it already.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like they still your babies, but you maneuver a little different. Than what you used to do, because now it's like I love you. I ain't saying you got to go, but you actually accountable for yourself. At that age.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound cruel, like, oh, she didn't.
No. I think you explaining that better.
It's a different responsibility. You know what I'm saying? When AJ turned 18, certain things, yes, you're still your child. You still love him. But if he go out there and do some stuff, it ain't on you. It ain't, you know, so, like now if our kids do something, they're gonna call us and we gotta go pay the fee, and we gotta, you know what I'm saying? If they lose something or hit something, it's us. But at 18, they don't come to you. Because at that point they consider that person an adult, even though they're still a child. So now the responsibility and accountability falls on them. So I think just looking at it at a different way. So it's not like, oh yeah, Joe coming and I'm kicking you out. No, but what it is that I may have held out on certain stuff, because you got some people like some people won't date until their child. I know you've heard this, but people wait until their child's turned 18 before they start dating again.
Yep. I've heard that.
Yeah. Because now it's like this person I meet don't have to take care of a whole family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got kids, but they grown. So there's a different thing than I got kids and I got little kids.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just, yeah. And I think that's part of the do's, and we got to get off too about the do's and don't, because, you know, some people are willing to date those with little kids. Some people don't want to date somebody with little kids.
Ooh, Jesus.
Like me, I don't think I ain't about to speak too soon, but I just.
You ain't gonna date nobody with a newborn, coach?
Maybe if the mama died and he a single parent and the mama died, like, okay, like, you know, but
wait, why would that even matter? It's either you gonna date him that he got a newborn. What the mama died got to do with anything?
See, I'm in a sticky place right now because I got a youngster. I used to didn't have a youngster, and I used to say stuff, but I got a youngster.
Shanae.
So I'm gonna say I don't want nobody with a young child, and I got a young child.
Because I did the same thing, and I still stick by. I'm gonna stick beside what I say.
But I think.
So wait, you ain't gonna date him if he got a newborn baby?
No, that means the baby mama is like.
But what if the baby mama not around and he got a newborn baby, and you ain't gonna date him because he got a newborn baby?
Hey, that means 9 months ago.
So what he gonna say? He gonna be like, you know, I got it. Like, what you gonna say to him? No, I can't date you because you got a newborn baby.
Wouldn't a guy do you like that? If that's
we talking about him. We talking about you.
I don't know. I'm not gonna talk too soon, but
we talking about you, Coach, and Joe. So if Joe tell you,
Joe need to be old. Joe is my age.
If Joe tell you
he had no baby.
No, if Joe tell you he got a newborn baby, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna take Joe because he got a newborn baby?
No, I don't want to date with nobody with a newborn baby. I'm sorry.
Why?
I just don't.
It could be romantic because now you done seen this baby as a newborn.
You know what? We finna get off of here. No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
you wrong.
I don't.
See, okay, but that's coach preference, honestly. And like I say, y'all, these things you gotta ask. These are things. What are you gonna be willing to be like? Okay, yes, I can do this. No, I can't do this. Right, Yana. Joe, he a soldier. He's still marching. Like those are things that at the end of the day, these are questions. These are things that you have to like.
No, she didn't. No, Yana didn't.
What, Joe Soldier still marching? Listen, you and Joe, we're gonna talk and see who this Joe is. But that's something, honestly, like you said, that's something you gotta ask. Like, that's a question, because can you handle it? Because think about it, as a newborn, everybody know you have kids, your newborn child, like they require a lot of your attention. Let's not mention if you working too. So if you full-time and you got a newborn, that's going to require a lot of attention for them, right? So can you handle the fact that he may not even be able to call you as much? He may not be able to see you as much, like because he working, he got the newborn, he may be tired. Y'all may be able to meet once every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. Like, can you handle those type of things? Those are questions you got to ask yourself.
Wait, but here go another one too. And how many kids are you willing to accept?
Oh, no, you did it.
Used to be this dude when we was young, girl. He used to come rolling up with a station wagon with all 8 of his kids, girl. Oh no, girl, that dude had 8 kids and like 7 baby mamas. It was
7, but see, look. Okay, that's another question. See, you getting into them, we trying to get off. See, that's a whole nother question too, because like you saying, how many kids are you willing to accept? But not only that, how many baby mamas is you willing to accept? Because say he got 8 kids and it's 1 baby mama, it's like, okay, I only got to deal with 1 crazy one. But he got all 8 different baby mamas. You got to deal with 8 different personalities. You got to deal with 8 different people coming up to your car all the time. That's something. That's a lot. That's too much. I don't know. That's too much.
Wait. That's a lot of child support.
Wait, why you thinking about the child support? What he gonna have time for you? Is he gonna have money for you after all them kids? That's what you gotta think about. We gotta go. We gonna get in trouble. We gotta go. No, that's something you gotta think about as a single parent. Is he gonna have money for you, or is all y'all gonna be eating is noodles and oodles and woodles and woodles, like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Like, can you handle as a single parent that all y'all gonna eat? He gonna light a candle, but all y'all gonna eat is PB and J's because he got about 20,000 kids that he gotta pay for. That's something you gotta think about, y'all. I'm telling you, as a single parent. You got to think about those type of things. Like, are you going to be able to handle that? And how many kids? Y'all, these are some questions you got to ask. How many is it? For me, I feel like, honestly, I prefer none. Okay. I just prefer none. Don't have no kids.
Okay.
No kids.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's different. Like, in my situation, it's different.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't have baby daddy drama. That person, if they have a kid, they're going to have baby mama drama.
Not
and
all the time. Not all the time. Not some do, not everybody.
But it's a percent. It's a 99% chance.
But not everybody. Not everybody.
It might be a 99% chance, and I might be Peter cutting off an ear. And I don't want to put myself in that situation.
Okay, so you want somebody with no kids? Jesus,
no kids.
That's like a needle in a haystack. Look.
Hey.
How old?
Hey, ain't nothing impossible.
How old is he? 18.
Ain't nothing impossible for my God. Can I get an amen? Where my amen?
Amen. No, but there is.
Amen. Like
that's for older men that don't got kids. They can't have none.
Like, so would you? Okay, what's the limit for you? Oh, did y'all see that? Y'all, if I didn't know no better, I would say she don't even like kids, but she got kids. What was that face? Did you eat a sour pickle or something? Like, what was that face? How many is too many or what? What's the limit? Listen, if y'all single, y'all, please comment below. Those that watch now will catch it on replay. Like, what do you feel like is too many for you? Okay. Like, would you date a man that has kids, or even vice versa, a woman? Would you date somebody to have kids? If so, like, what's the limit? Like, how like, can you even deal with it? Can you not? Like, coach, I'm really shocked right now with you. So, Joe, if you out there listening, you can't have no kids, Joe. My mic on? Joe, you can't have no kids. Okay? None. Coach ain't feeling it.
He can have adult kids because I'm older. No, because I have adult kids. So
okay, but what if the kid is 5, 8, 10? Y'all look at her. She over there looking like she about to do a pop quiz. What is it? Is it Double Jeopardy? What's that little TV show where they gotta give an answer? You over there like Like it's a trick question, y'all. Like it's a life and death situation where she over here like, when you take that deep breath, y'all know that's when it's like
I'm at to pray. I'm at to pray on
what?
it.
See, this is why you need to know this.
Pastor Jay said Maya need a friend.
She got the dog.
I'm at to pray. I'm at to pray on it. I never really thought of. I got to pray.
See, y'all. See, look, this is what we did. We caused for Coach to level up. She got to think about it, y'all. So she ain't at that place where she like, but now she leveling up. Y'all.
I got to pray.
She got to pray on it. I already know my answer. My answer is 0.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like dealing with I just.
Because it's a lot. I'm telling you, blended families is a lot.
I know I did it already.
It's a lot. Jesus.
I don't know.
You gotta be that one that sit quiet, and you just gotta be the one that just don't say nothing. Like you get in the car, they picking up, you just got. Or matter of fact, I don't even want to be in the car. Like just that's a lot. I'm telling y'all, it's a lot when you're dating as a single parent. All jokes aside, it really is a lot. It's a lot to take in consideration.
Because the last one, I didn't have drama. We didn't have drama, but he had kids. Yeah. My ex-husband had kids. We didn't have drama, and I don't have drama. Never had drama on my side, so he didn't have drama on his side. So that wasn't it. It's just it was other stuff. But I don't know, because I'm looking at my age that I'm now. It's like.
So you saying like you wouldn't have like the tolerance or like what?
Probably no tolerance. Like
so how you ain't gonna have no tolerance for the kids, but you gonna have a tolerance for this man, Joe?
Joe ain't no kid.
But Joe, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna you still have to have some type of tolerance with a man?
Kids and adults is two different things.
Yeah, but okay, so you got a man that act like a kid.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
But you still have to have some type of tolerance as far as even patience. Let's talk about patience.
That goes back to that date when you looking across the table.
Yo, we gotta get off.
If he don't never change, will I still no? That's gotta go back there. Let's get off. Yeah,
we gotta get off because Coach is showing her true feelings. No, we didn't open up a can of worms.
I have to pray because I don't know. Like certain things I don't want to deal with, but then I don't want to speak against what God has for me. So it's like, I don't know. Like,
but see, you're not ready to date right now, are you?
No.
So that's why you ain't really even thought about that. Because like you said, like nowadays people do have kids. Let's be honest, people have kids.
I got a kid.
That's what I'm saying. It's rare if you do come across somebody who does not have a kid, right? So it's very, very rare. And I think that's why you never thought about it, because right now we talked about this before, you guys, as far as how do you know you're ready to date, things like that. So this right here calls for, and this is something we ain't even talked about even prior when we did that episode.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of like, okay, how many kids, or would I be willing to date somebody with a kid? If so, what would be the age? Like, you know, that's things you got to talk about. So even for yourself, like, I'm really surprised that you over here like,
what you thought I was gonna say?
Honestly, I just thought you was gonna be like, yeah, but the kid can't be past like maybe like, I don't know, 10 or 5 or like whatever. But I personally thought that you would probably date somebody with a kid, even if they like even a newborn. I mean, I don't know. I just thought that you, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, to each his own. Coach said, y'all, she got to pray on it, think about it. I said mine's a 0. And that's just what it is. We're going to go ahead and close this.
I think mine is more like if grown kids. He can have grown kids.
But I know that, but I said
at a certain point, like me, yes, I had a daughter late in age. So yes, it happens. But for the most part, usually people my age and up, because I usually date people like 10 years older than me. So that's somebody that's like 56 years old.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about
old man with a newborn baby. You okay,
let's scratch the newborn. He was out there. Papa,
Grandpa, he's great granddaddy. Great granddaddy just had a baby.
Joe was a rolling stone. No, I'm talking about, okay, we gotta close this out, y'all. I'm not talking about as far as like, okay, he 50, 60, whatever, he got a newborn. I'm just talking about in general, like he has a kid. Not that they teenagers. I mean, they're adults. I'm talking about they could potentially be a teenager, they could potentially be 10, whatever it may be. Like, would you still date them? And you was just kind of looking like, I don't know. Like, it's like I said, it's gonna be rare to try to find
Because
it.
I would rather them have have adult kids.
So you
I
rather,
would rather them have kids 18 and up.
but would you still date somebody who has kids that's under 18?
I don't want to.
You don't want to. Y'all see the way she act? Okay, we gotta close this out because me and her gotta talk now. You see the way she acting? I don't want to, and
But
the little face, and you need delivery.
I don't want to, but if
Y'all
God
touch your
says
hand
that's
towards
what,
the
leave me
delivery.
alone. You want 0, so what are you talking about?
So
I prefer somebody with kids 18 and up. Yes, I'm not saying he can't have no kids, but 18 and up. Now, when we talking about little kids, I don't know. I have one. So to me, I feel like how I'm gonna say I don't want nobody with little kids, and I got one. That's how I feel. But I'm like, but I don't know. Like, because maybe he's a single dad and yada yada yada, you know, maybe okay, but a baby, probably not. Like a newborn, that means she just had it. That's just too close to comfort. That means you ain't even had a time to marinate and just get your mind right. Like
what
this,
I said, what if they not even together? What if she not in the picture? Like she ghosts, she done.
I'm gone.
These are things that you. That's what I said. Like
I don't want to think about that.
it's. I don't want to think about it. Well, you gonna have to when you decide you want to date. What you gonna accept or what you not gonna accept?
No newborn. He gonna be senior citizen. That's senior citizen age. Like he.
Yeah. What a senior citizen decided he slipped up. He slipped up.
Bye. Let's go.
He done messed around and got pregnant.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all, she a mess. Okay, we're gonna close this thing out, y'all. We gave y'all our opinions. We told y'all what we felt about this situation, this topic, in regards to dating as a single parent. We talked about as far as what's too soon and you know what to look at and certain things, all that. Y'all gotta go back catch the replay, y'all, because it really was some good stuff. It gets you to really get to that place of thinking, even as a single parent. I would encourage you guys, don't rush it. If you are a single parent, please do not rush it. Whoever God has for you, I believe that they're going to be understanding. I believe that everything will work itself out. You do not have to rush. You do not have to feel like, well, I don't know if anybody will ever want to be with me because I have, 1 or 2, 3 kids or whatever the case may be. I believe that when God has somebody for you, it does not matter what the situation look like, it's going to work out. So at the end of the day, you guys go back, watch the replay, catch all the good stuff that we talked about, because I really believe it will help those who are dating or even looking to date. You don't know what to do. Once again, what's too soon, what's not too soon, what you can take, what you can't take, all that good stuff, y'all. So we appreciate y'all for jumping on. I know we had switched the dates to Tuesdays. We had switched the dates to Tuesdays.
That's why. This is exactly why. That's exactly why I came. That's exactly why I came.
I was trying to. But the funny thing is, Coach, y'all, we're going to close this out. But the funny thing was, you muted your mic, but you in the camera still. Like you might as well should have been like this. Okay, y'all, forget all that. Okay, we being goofy now.
That's why I came.
So, y'all, go ahead, continue to submit your topics.
That's why I came. That's why
this reason why, right? She don't want to do that. But continue to submit y'all topics, y'all, to level up. The email is below, you guys. It's running down on the ticker. So if you guys have any topics, you go ahead and submit them to levelup1322@gmail.com. Once again, shout out to Reese. She is the one who gave us this.
Here, huh?
Yeah, she's not on here, but hopefully she'll catch us on replay and she know that we did go with her topic. So we have topics, you guys. You go ahead and submit them. And then once again, we appreciate each and every one of you guys. We did switch it to Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. And I was just playing. We switched it for Tuesday, y'all, to give it a shot to see. But we'll go ahead and set the flyer, let you guys know for the next following week. Make sure y'all set your alerts, y'all reminders to be back on with us. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys, y'all comments, y'all share, and for joining us. You got anything else you guys say, Coach?
I feel attacked.
Wait, what? How do you feel attacked?
I feel attacked.
How?
I don't know. I just do.
How do you feel attacked? Is it because I caused for you to level up and you didn't really want to level up and you didn't really want to confront what it is that you was trying to push to the side and you didn't really want to be able to let that thing be exposed?
No, she didn't. All
Is
that.
that why you feeling attacked? Why you feeling attacked? Now we got to get to the bottom of this.
No, we don't. Bye.
Okay, y'all, we're going to talk about this and I'm going to let y'all know what she said, okay? All right, bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Have a great week. See you next week.